What does it take for you to be a leader? Jesus taught that leadership is not about being in charge, but about being a servant. Jesus said, leaders serve others. Good morning and welcome to 755 Live. For about 5 minutes, you'll hear all about easy to remember soundbite versions of what Jesus said. And the point is to help you experience life to the fullest, the Jesus way. Today's Jesus Said comes from Matthew 20, verses 26 through 28, and we're going to read today from the New Living Translation, where Jesus said, "But among you it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must become your slave. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Now, unpacking this, the context here was right after an argument the disciples had. And we're going to talk about the disciple mom here for a minute. You've probably known a stage mom or dad who thinks their kid is a rock star and tries to get them the best. Well, James and John, who were called the sons of Zebedee, had a disciple mom. In verse 20 of this chapter, she asked Jesus to give her sons seats of honor in the kingdom. And when the other disciples heard all this, they became indignant. They were upset. And today's soundbite is how Jesus responded when the disciples were upset about who would be most important, who was going to be the best leader, who was going to get the best seats in the kingdom. And Jesus made this point, not only in the soundbite for today, but he made this point in many, many different ways, talking about how we had to be humble like a child, and that in order to be great, we had to be the least. And these disciples were just hard-headed, like us. In fact, Jesus taught about this so much, but then in Luke 22, after the Lord's Supper, right before Jesus was crucified, the disciples had another argument about this same topic. Luke 22, 23 through 26. The disciples began to ask each other which of them would ever do such a thing when Jesus said that one of them would betray him. And then they began to argue among themselves about who would be the greatest among them. I mean, after all of Jesus' teaching and the example, they still didn't get it. Verse 25, Jesus told them, "In this world, the kings and great men lord it over their people, yet they are called friends of the people." Sometimes our society is the same way today. Verse 26, "But among you, it will be different. Those who are the greatest among you should take the lowest rank, and the leader should be like a servant." The point of following Jesus in his kingdom is that it's not about you. Bottom line, following Jesus is not about you. Jesus came to serve, not to be served. And following Jesus means we want to help others, not be in charge, not take the best seats, not have the greatest honor. Leaders serve others. And you may say, "But I'm not a leader." Well, if you're a Jesus follower, we are different parts of the body, and we do have different roles and different talents, different abilities, different callings. Yet, we are all called to be disciple makers, to lead others to Jesus in our own way and with our own gifts. So the question that we have to ask ourselves, are you living for yourself or to help someone else? What more can you do to serve others like Jesus did? It's not about being the most important, but it's actually asking the question, how can I serve someone else? It's not about you. Following Jesus is about helping someone else. And leaders serve others. That's what Jesus said. So how can you put that into action today. Thank you so much for listening. If this is meaningful to you, it would mean a lot to me if you like it, if you share it, if you comment. I really appreciate you and the support. I hope that you have an amazing day, and I hope this time together has helped you live life to the fullest, the Jesus way. And remember, follow Jesus today. Love first.